Now let's look at how all this power gets inside your boat. Most boats over about 25 feet in length will come from the builder with an AC power system installed. A key component in this is the power inlet, and there are several designs to choose from. That power inlet provides a waterproof, strain-relieved connection for your shore power cord, so you don't have to leave a hatch or companionway open and dangle a garden variety cord down below.
This is one example of an inlet with a stainless steel base and gasketed cover. It's a perfect match for a Marinco 30 amp shore power cord and other manufacturer cords as well, since they are made to a national standard. This inlet is waterproof with the plug in place or with it removed. Another option is to use either the standard inlet or the smaller contoured inlet. All three are an exact match for the shore power cord. Incidentally, if you look on the back, you can see that there's a strain relief built in for the panel feed wire that runs to your boat's AC distribution channel.
These parts illustrate a simple AC system on a boat. From the shore power inlet, a length of 10 gauge triplex wire runs to the AC distribution panel. The distribution panel has a main breaker, which incidentally will open both the hot and neutral wires in case of an overload condition, and a reverse polarity indicator. Finally, there are branch circuit breakers and a typical load, in this case signified by a duplex AC outlet somewhere on the boat. Once again, there's a right way and numerous wrong ways to install shore power systems on your boat, and the final authority is the ABYC standard E11.
Chuck, you mentioned that the distribution panel has a reverse polarity indicator. Why is that important?
There are occasions when a dock pedestal is wired incorrectly, and the consequences can be dangerous for your boat and your crew. This happens when the black and white wires are accidentally interchanged, which renders the overcurrent protection ineffective. That's where the reverse polarity light on your distribution panel comes in. The ABYC requires that your panel either have an audible or visual alarm if you have reverse polarity, and that's your signal to disconnect from shore power immediately. Incidentally, using an isolation transformer is another solution to this problem, but most boaters use a reverse polarity light indicator instead. One of the issues that arises when you go to an unfamiliar dock is whether there's a possibility of reverse polarity or stray current corrosion. Marinco's Gehl Van Alert tells you with these LEDs as to what's going on with your connection. So this is how it works. We would disconnect the shore power connection from the vessel. We connect the Gehl Van Alert in circuit, and you'll notice that this has a sealing boot on it, so I can screw this down, and not only does it give me a waterproof connection, but it also provides strain relief. And now when we plug this in, already the Gehl Van Alert is telling me that the green light indicates it's powered, and because the red light isn't on, we know that it's not reverse polarized. Then I can plug it into the vessel, lock this ring, and the fact that these two LEDs do not go on, if the yellow one went on, I'd have mild stray current corrosion. If the red one went on, I'd have high stray current corrosion, or as it says here, high activity. So this is a very nice product to have for cruisers, or frankly, it's a nice thing to have on a dock so that if you do detect a problem, you can identify which vessel or which vessels are likely to be suffering from it. Now that we've identified the cords, inlets, adapters, and Y cables that boaters are likely to need, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention that there are a variety of ways to keep this gear neat and tidy, whether you're at the dock or underway. Consider adding a shore power storage bag, which holds up to 6 adapters in addition to your cord, and can be used to cover the extra cord when you're connected. One way to neaten up your shore power installation is using these shore power cord clips. These snap securely around the 30 amp shore power cords, and then they also go around 1-inch tubing. So it allows you to suspend it above the deck, run it along wherever there's a pulpit or a push pit, and then down to the dock and to your shore power outlet. So one nice addition for your shore power cord, and possibly a second shore power cord or even a cable TV and telephone cable, is to use this zip sleeve. The way this works is it wraps around, has a nice big zipper. You close it up at one end, and actually the zipper zips from both ends. Run the zipper down, and as you're doing this, you're protecting the cord from UV exposure, as well as possibly zipping it up with the additional cords. When we've got it all set in here, we have these little hook and loop closures. These can be put around lifelines, or they can be put around railings. So we can suspend the cords off the ground, so we protect them from sitting in the water, we protect them from UV, and it makes a much nicer, cleaner arrangement coming into your boat. Well, that about wraps it up for this West Advisor do-it-yourself project video. My thanks to John Morin for bringing you this information on shore power systems. For more information on shore power or the rest of your boat's electrical system, please check our annual catalog or www.westmarine.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the water.